Welcome to Wales for the Rally of Great Britain, the 14th and final, the deciding round of the 2000 FIA World Rally Championship. Leg 2 gets underway, centred again, and the capital Cardiff and in the mid-Wales forests, which have been covered in mud and rain for the last 2 days. Colin McCrae, the leader after the first full day of forest rallying in the Ford Focus, of course a former 3-time winner in Great Britain. And the battle for the championship alive between Marcus Grönholm and Richard Burns, but Grönholm was second and Burns down in 5th place. Not an ideal situation for the Englishman. He needs to win the event, with Grönholm 6th or lower to win the championship. But this is how they were when the 118 of the 150 originals restarted for leg 2 this morning. 6 stages on the day, 166 kilometres. The first one, the return to Ronda. Colin McCrae first on the road and second quickest through stage 9.
Tightens. Don't cut. .70. 6 crest. Into 6 right. 150. Here, 6 right tightens over crest and turn 3 right minus. Tightens.
And having seen his championship hopes take a bashing when the car did on the first day, it was Richard Burns who opened his assault on day 2 with fastest time.
Right max 40, slight left and slight left and right 80, left max 20, flat left plus 80 braking, crest 20, slow K left. To K left minus, definitely don't cut. And K left 30, flat right. To flat right, 60 flat right minus, stone to flat left, 60 flat left, slippy maybe to flat left and slippy maybe, 30 flat right plus 60.
Well, lots of treacherous scenery still around in the Welsh Forest and very slippery underfoot. Marcus Grönholm third quickest through the stage, just 2 seconds down on Burns.
Are you running at 100% or what?
No, 95, but I try to keep a good feeling to drive. That is most important.
After the opening stage of the day in the fog, Richard Burns climbed from 5th to 3rd. Really electrifying stuff from the man from Reading. 54.9 seconds behind McCrae, 36.7 behind Grönholm, who was in 3rd.
Richard, first stage of the day, how was it?
Good. I just said to Robert, if that isn't the quickest time, then we might as well give up. So
far better start than yesterday?
Yeah, a lot better, Everything's working quite good, and happy tyres were working well.
Tyres, the feature of Tommy Mackinnon's day yesterday. He never quite got the combination right to cut through the mud into the gravel of the forest roads. 4th quickest on stage 9. Seems he was making a better start. Carlos Sainz didn't have much of a day 1 either. Couldn't get the forward balance to his liking. He was 7th fastest through the first stage, dropping 16 seconds to Richard Burns, dropping from 3rd to 7th overall. Into Riola and his teammate Colin McCrae, still in charge of the event and reinforcing that with the fastest time on stage 10.
We had a very good time in the last stage, so we've pulled out a bit of a gap on everyone else. Richard had a good time as well, so it's looking good.
Richard did indeed have a good time, just 1/10 of a second behind McCrae.
30. Flat left to slight right, 150, slight right, 50, slight right in to crest 70, left max in, slippy me.
It's not enough to catch him, but I know how hard I'm pushing, and it means that Colin must be doing the same thing, and it means that there's some risks being taken by both of us. So, you know, there's a chance for a mistake from either one of us. We're pushing very hard in very slippery and treacherous conditions.
Marcus Grönholm went off on this stage last year, but he managed to survive it, 3rd fastest, 14.3 behind McCrae, 14.4 slower than Burns.
I think that is making his race unreachable race, and the way is still very long. We have not yet reached up to 50% of the rally, but we are very confident, and he is very confident as well.
Tommy Mäkinen's confidence seems to have eluded him. Just 13th fastest. After a hairpin right and square left, his Lancer ran wide, crushing the front spoiler and the intercooler. He dropped from 4th to 5th.
10. Vasen nopea aukeaa, vasen nopea sisältä aukeaa. Ja vasen 4, huomio nyppy 5. Perkele, mikäs?
Well, the damaged Lancer made it out of the stage and into service. Still in all, filthy conditions for driving, for mechanics and for spectators. Carlos Sainz wasn't having much of it either, 7th quickest on stage 10, easing his way back up to 4th, but dropping away from the front-running pace of McCrae, his teammate. And what about Sainz's former teammate, Didier Auriol, the last ever rally for Seat, it seems, climbing from 8th to 6th position and into the points. A minute and 34 behind the leader, though. You can say that the Seat still doesn't have the pace of the outright front-runners. Auriol trying hard, though, and having more luck than his teammate Tony Gardemeister, who had the bonnet fly open twice in the stage.
Oikein täysmiinus yli 8.
Now that makes rallying tough. Problems for Gardemeister, problems too for his mentor, Juha Kankkunen. 7th place overall after stage 10. But he'd damaged the car on stage 9. Spectators taking cover from the non-stop rain. Join us in a moment for more action from day 2 of Rally Great Britain. 6.5 kilometres of demanding Welsh forestry roads, the longest in the rally, one of the longest indeed in the championship, and the 2 winners of Rally Great Britain for most of the last decade battling out front. McCrae fastest.
Into 3 left plus opens, don't cut. Into left and K3 right tighten, slippy logs. And 6 left opens, log outside. 50, 6 left, 100. 6 crest, 100, K5 left tightens and narrows, rock outside.
McCrae's efforts were not in vain, 1.2 seconds quicker than anyone else, and of course the best of the anyone else's, Richard Burns, his arch rival. 4th fastest through the stage, Marcus Grönholm, dropping 11.5 seconds to Burns, but Grönholm still holding on to 2nd place, Burns just 11 seconds behind him.
That is not a problem for me. He can pass me whenever he wants, but that what is positive that the others behind me, they are losing time to me, so it's okay.
It's not enough to get close to Colin, but it's enough for everybody else.
Into Margam Forest for the first time, 28 kilometres, still wet, still muddy, still dangerous, and McCrae, comfortable leader after stage 11, but on stage 12 he was the man who was out of the event.
6 left over crest and 4 right minus cut. 150, 6 left minus tightened line, into 4 right minus cut, hole outside.
Listen carefully to the notes.
And 6 left opens long.
Right-hander cut, big hole. McCrae did cut the right-hander as he expected to, but the car was bounced over the road by the ruts into the big hole. Well, they finally managed to get what was left of the Ford Focus moving, but the temperature gauges were off the clock. It was spewing its vital fluids onto the road. McCrae found a handy place to pull over. It was all over for him. Not a great end to the season.
It's been a bit disastrous, the second part of it. It's a shame because it was looking very good up until 2 rallies ago. But that's the way it goes. That's rallying. We've always got next year.
Well, still this year to concentrate on for Grönholm and Burns. Grönholm finding himself now leading the rally in an increasingly muddy Peugeot, just 4th quickest through stage 12. And the ominous news was that Richard Burns was still catching him hand over fist. Burns fastest on the stage. and closing to just 3 seconds adrift of the rally leading Peugeot. Top 6 as they ended the day included Francois Delacour's Peugeot as well. In 5th place, Juha Kankkunen in the second Subaru, echoing the battle up front. Kankkunen fastest, third fastest on stages 12 and 13, the penultimate pair of the event of the second day.
Opens the flat right, twist 300. The flat left, slippy, baby, keep in.
Countryman Tommy McCrae looking as though he may yet finish the Rally of Great Britain this year. He's doing his best to damage the car to make himself retire, as he has done in the last 2 years, but he's in 4th place. Still not happy with the car though.
I think I've been trying a bit too hard whole day, and that's why I have made some mistakes, and I've been losing plenty of time.
Well, one Ford out of the top 3 on day 2, one Ford into it. Carlos Sainz in 3rd place and squabbling with Tommy McCrae, just 0.3 of a second between them. Marcus Grönholm now in 2nd place after the final stage of the day, as Richard Burns' charge up the field is rewarded with the lead of the event. Fastest on 13 to take the lead. He was 5th after the first day. The dream is still alive, but he's not yet thinking about the World Championship.
I imagine the way things are going, Marcus will be world champion, and nothing I can do about that. It won't have been just because of this rally, it would have been because of the whole year. And like I say, it's all in the past. I just have to concentrate tomorrow.
All in the past, but still all in the future. Rally Great Britain is a hard mistress, as Carlos Sainz knows to his...
I still try to finish the rally, and now it looks good for that. I need to be 5th. But Richard have also the position what he needs now, so we must be careful.
Careful indeed. Richard Burns leading the rally by 19.9 over Grönholm at the end of the day. Sainz and McCrae just 0.3 apart. But they both know, like Burns, that can all change even within sight of the flag. Gilles Panizzi 7th ahead of Marco Martin, the top privateer. Didier Auriol 9th, Harry Rovanperä 10th, and Alistair McCrae 11th, despite a broken sump. Manfred Stoll leading Group N by 2 minutes and 47 seconds from Kenneth Backlund's Mitsubishi, after Gustavo Trellis punctured twice on one stage. And a change of time will be on at 10:30, that's 9:30 British Eurosport tomorrow night, with the results of the final 3 stages and the World Championship. Bye till then.